What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be doing right now is creating a monster. Now, he is a right end. Obviously, you see in the title, it is going to be Myles Garrett, but we're going to play him at D tackle. I explained to you guys about the Michael Strahan card, why it makes sense to put these left ends at D tackle, because they're faster, and if they can get the actual chemistries that we need and the actual abilities, it's a no-brainer. Now, you guys all know how I feel about Sap, so we're not going to actually raid sell him right now. We're going to pretty much put him on the back burner and create Myles Garrett. So let's go back in time. Before all the stuff happened with Myles Garrett, earlier in the year when Madden 20 was just released, we went after one of those Theme Kings things where we were able to get his power up and all that stuff for free. We always kept it because it was always something like, yo, they're going to probably end up bringing him back. Obviously, I don't know how you guys feel about it, all the things that went on, but regardless of the situation, we can all agree that you can't take your helmet off and go buck wild. Like, it is what it is. I think he just lost it. And in all honesty, it's a violent sport. And dude, sometimes you got to compartmentalize it. For those of us that's played the sport, you do want to go out there and be a savage, but then you also have to know that there's a line. In my opinion, he crossed that line. But again, you know, the dude apologized. Thankfully, the other young man was not injured or hurt. Mason was, you know, okay, because that could have ended very, very badly. So just as long as the dude don't go wild again, we're all set with it, man. Anger management, and we move on. So we're going to be actually using our power pass to get him for free. Now, everything else that goes into this, you're going to have to find ways to get it. Now, I also have power passes for, you know, that 82 to 84 card. I have a lot of things that are there for it, but I just wanted to share this with you guys because it is something that's very, very important that you guys understand. Utilizing your power passes, like once EA put this in the game, this is something that you have to do. You have to know how to use it, whether you're a new player, veteran, just always know how to gauge it, especially at a time right now where it's not too crazy as far as the way that the training is, because you can get training for dirt cheap right now. You can even go and try to get like one of those, you know, 99, what is it, 98 cards, like a, they have the Ed Reed, they have, who's the other guy that's over there, Barry Sanders. Those guys are very, very cheap. Now, you just saw it, we just spent like 30,000 training. Okay, that was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I want to show you a couple things that makes him wild. That power specialist is huge, all right? That's one of the things that I have on Warren Sapp that makes him wild. Then you're going to want to make sure that you have the pass rush elite, all right? Now, after that, you're going to want to put on the run stopper, which is right there, and then he gets an additional one, which in my opinion, hear me out, all right? I would go with finesse specialist, but people say that that's a combination inside pass rush elite. I think it's faster finesse moves, but this one says pass rush moves. So like, I don't really know, but he gets all of the things that I really want. The only other thing that you could probably say, I don't even know, because I wouldn't put enforcer on him because he's not going to make the quarterback fumble due to enforcer. And it would be a waste, you know, in certain cases to have it. But again, maybe it would make sense to put enforcer on him because we could put him on kickoffs and keep him as like a backup. And then he could come down the field and just rip somebody's face off. But other than that, I don't really think, I would probably try finesse specialist on him to kind of see where we're going to begin with everything. And then we would go from there. So now that we know that we need a little bit more training, we're going to actually go right now into the auction house and check out some things. Remember though, guys, you can always go through your binder and, you know, get rid of stuff that you're not using, whatever, and see what happens with that. But for now, with the way the market is, people are trying to sell stuff. So whenever I can, I'll buy something. Like, as long as I get the right rate, I'm like, all right, cool. I don't really want to spend 200, but if we could get a 98, okay, like 188, that's cool for me right there, bruh. That's cool. A 98 for 188, I'll go ahead and grab that. I'm not really worried about it because I can sell other stuff back off later. And to get 66,000 training right off the bat for that price, I'm all set with it. So it's a no-brainer with stuff like that. I usually like to look for, like, you know, this guy just came in at 187, 1K less, but around the 180, 170 for a 98, you can't really lose with that, no matter how you do it. So I would definitely keep it around that rate. So now that we got Myles Garrett pretty much all set, what we're going to do right now is this. I do not think that we have a backup to, where's this guy? Where is he? Nick Bosa. All right, so good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Myles Garrett in as the number 2 spot. Again, with the way that this works though, guys, I want to be very, very clear again so everybody is just understanding about it. your backup players are going to be on kickoff. So if I were to put Enforcer on him, I would have 3 Enforcers running down the field like a savage to cause a fumble. Right now, because we have abilities on Warren Sapp, it doesn't necessarily help us that, you know, he is a D tackle and we don't have Enforcer on him, and he's a starter. So he doesn't help on kickoffs. This guy being a backup, he would absolutely 100% have Enforcer run down the field and do whatever he wants, and it'll get kind of wild. But for, you know, for our purposes right now, I think our best bet, to be honest with it, you know what? I'm going to keep him as a backup because that way it's easier for us to put him in at D tackle. So we'll leave him as a backup because you know, like how when you start him, I got to also take him out. We'll leave Nick Bosa there as the starter right there, and we'll just, you know, go ahead and add the abilities to Myles Garrett. And then that way it's easier because we're going to be subbing him in at D tackle because I don't want to start him there, obviously. So, Unstoppable Force is there, reinforcement. What does he have? Momentum shift, run stuffer. I think we usually put the Unstoppable Force on, you know, we usually put Unstoppable Force. I think we're going to go with Fearmonger. But what are the requirements for this one? What do we got to do? Like sack the quarterback 3 times? What do we got to do with this? Oh, 2 sacks? All right, so we'll leave that the way that it is. We'll leave that. We'll give him Fearmonger, just kind of switch it up. All right, now the first one, we're going to go Power Specialist. That's what's going to make him throw people right out of the way when they're in front of him. The next one, we're going to want to go with... we could just put Run Stopper there because we're going to have to put Run Stopper anyway as one of the abilities. After that, you're going to want to put Pass Rush Elite because that's ideal. He's playing the D tackle position. After that, you're going to want to put, like I said, Finesse Specialist is something that I would recommend. I really want to put Enforcer, you know what I'm saying? Because I think Enforcer might take it to another level, and I think he would be on kickoffs. I really like that idea, but I also like the idea of Finesse Specialist, even though we didn't have that on Warren Sapp, and he was outrageous. I think what we could do, I guess we'll try him with Enforcer, just because we're going to have him on kickoffs. And then, you know, if he gets a fumble, he gets a fumble. If not, you know, maybe we'll see what happens within the run game. Maybe he massacres somebody in the run game. Like at the D tackle position, he breaks off and goes in and goes wild. We're going to go Enforcer because he is the backup and he will be on kickoffs. We'll give him the Cleveland Browns ×2 because why not? It only costs 10 training. As far as this is pass rush for that, to kind of get him a little bit more OP. That's where everybody else is on the squad. What do we got here? This is where it gets a little bit more interesting. I don't want to affect his strength. I think his acceleration is fine already, but the Brawler -1 Excel, I don't really like that too much. But I don't want to mess with his strength. I don't know, because Warren Sapp's pretty strong. We'll give him Brawler. We'll give him Brawler. Like I said, he's at the D tackle position. I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I don't want to affect his you know, that situation. All right, why is this not showing up anything? All right, that one's doing that. All right, okay, he looks kind of crazy. All right, we'll leave him. Okay, this one doesn't even have anything. All right, cool. That one right there. No, we'll leave that one. The draft one looks good. All right, so that's what we'll do now, and we'll go check out his numbers as far as everything goes. Now remember, the sprinter would get his acceleration even higher at the D tackle position and make him in a situation where he'll just be screaming for no apparent reason. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna go ahead and swap out Warren Sapp with Myles Garrett here. Put him in the lineup real quick right there, and then we are going to go check him out. Take a look at his numbers and see what's going on with it, and then we'll go from there. So he's a 91 speed with a 94 acceleration. We can compare him actually to Warren Sapp, even though Warren Sapp is a D tackle. Let's see what's going on with that. So he has 99, 97 block shed, 98 finesse move, 96 play rec, 90 tackle, 99 strength. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to really bother that. So we could bother it, but you got to remember, for all the purposes of what he's going to be playing, I think it's much better to keep him with that strength factor and keep that brawler going. That's just, my opinion. If you guys want to go super crazy with the acceleration, that's also something you can try out. But I'm telling you right now, it could be negatively affecting him because of where he's playing. Because we're putting him right in the center of all the defenses that we're going to be running. So that could be a huge issue. So again, the 98 overall card, it's going for about 500K right now. We just went around and got him for free. I would suggest that you guys figure out which route you want to go with it. And, you pretty much go from there with it. But looking at his numbers, I do believe he's going to be an absolute monster. He and Ryan Shazier are the two most recent 99 overalls that have been added. It's going to be a problem out there, so I just want to make sure everybody's aware of it. If you guys want some gameplay, let me know. I will definitely try my best to get that out to you guys as soon as possible. Just go ahead and write Myles in the comment section, and I'm going to go ahead and get back to you with that. But let me know if you have any other questions or comments about it, and I can't wait to get him out there on the field. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. One love, y'all.